Why a Muslim e-commerce brand? So do you know that during COVID pandemic, we were all stuck at home for almost 2 years? We know which companies really grow? E-commerce companies selling products and services. Companies like Shopify, Amazon, Netflix, Zoom, they grow like crazy. And the growth that was experienced during COVID is 55%. The e-commerce industry was able to hit almost 30 trillion globally. MashaAllah. So there is a lot of wealth out there. We just need to take a little bit of that pie, which brings us to what happened since 2023. A rise of competition happened in the e-commerce space, especially in the US, Canadian market, European, and Australia. It became saturated, especially the advertising costs on social media. And if we look at the halal industry, this is the global halal industry. The halal food, for example, is almost a $2 trillion market. The modest fashion, 361 billion. The halal travel is estimated to 274 billion, and halal cosmetic, 90 billion, halal pharmaceutic, 131 billion. And these are actually some of the best niches: halal, pharmaceutical, supplements, cosmetics, and fashion. They're one of my favorite niches, actually. And another reason here to focus on the halal and Muslim industry, it's projected to actually hit 5 trillion by 2050, inshallah. And as of today, 1 person on 4 on earth is Muslim. That's the official numbers. I'm pretty sure there's many more Muslims that didn't state it. So we're looking at 2 billion Muslims world. And since October 7th and what's going on right now for our brothers and sisters in Palestine, the boycott of all these companies that finance the genocide, Muslims are looking for alternative products and solutions that are ethical and are aligned with our Muslim values. So there's a huge opportunity for us to look at what's already in the market and what we should boycott and create alternatives. So that actually is a great opportunity for us. Then we can obviously take some of these profits and invest them back into rebuilding Gaza, helping our brothers in Yemen, in Iraq, in Syria, in Pakistan, everywhere in the world. When whatever social cause that is really close to your heart, you can actually redirect those profits to give back. That's how you build a Baraka brand, by giving back to the communities, inshallah. So step A of our market research. Here we need to find one problem that Muslims are suffering from. What I like to do is I like to look at myself. What are the challenges that I've gone through? What are the solutions that really worked for me, or problems that my loved ones, friends, colleagues have gone through? And what are they also still suffering from in their daily life? And usually as humans, we complain a lot, right? So whenever I hear the same complaint coming back, or I can see those patterns, subhanAllah, I just try to connect the dots. So just active listening is super important. And to give you an example here, one of the main problems that I've been suffering from is khushu', state of mindfulness and presence during salat, or dhikr, or reading Quran. It relates to the 3 areas, I would say, but mainly during salat. So during my spiritual journey, I had the chance to test different compounds, especially being heavily involved in the health and wellness space. I've tried so many nootropics, so many practices like meditation, yoga, breath work, and I've seen the things that really work for me. And mushrooms, adaptogens, especially 2 kinds of mushrooms, lion's mane and shaga, when I compound them with meditation and breath work, subhanAllah, I would get deep into my salat. I will reach that connection with Allah Azza wa Jal. Like time will stop. You lose track of time during that, subhanAllah. I wish to every Muslim to experience that, inshallah, on all our 5 daily prayers, and also in our sunan and tahajjud bidnillah. Allahumma ameen. And even better, when those mushrooms are combined with coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker, by the way. All in the family, we love coffee, especially Arabica coffee. So you get lion's mane, shaga, you get the best of mushrooms, and these are not psychoactive or psychedelic mushrooms. They have no side effects. They're just natural mushrooms to help us. SubhanAllah, gifts from Allah Azza wa Jal. And then we created khushu' brand, alhamdulillah. And I looked at the data because I looked at social media, blogs, videos. A lot of scholars, a lot of muftis, they're getting the same question. People are suffering from khushu'. And usually it's something that people are not going to talk about it. They're like, we're ashamed to talk about that because it's really private, right? But when you ask the question, people will tell you, like subhanAllah, like even me back in the days, I'm praying, and sometimes I'm just, calculating, okay, this is okay. This is how we make profit on that. Okay, this is the revenue. Okay, what are the things that I should have done? And then I'm thinking about the future, what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to do next. So it's about the state of taqwa. It always comes back to taqwa, being in a state of presence with Allah Azza wa Jal. And if we can use those tools to help us, and then we can lower the quantity. When we get used to it, we can then remove it. The goal here is not to get people addicted to these compounds. So whenever there is like I have prayer, I need to drink coffee, or khushu coffee, or take gummies. No, it's all about, getting yourself used to control your subconscious mind. Whenever you get used to it, it's like when we're kids and we learn how to bike, right? We have those small ways to help us, and then we remove one, keep one, remove the second one, and then alhamdulillah, we're able to ride a bike. The same thing here. It's just these are tools to help us achieve a state of taqwa, and then we don't need them anymore. Alhamdulillah. And the same thing happened with dry skin. I've been suffering from eczema since I was 5 years old. So my mom tried so many things, so many products like pharmaceutical, natural, nothing worked for me. Even as of today, I still struggle sometimes, but it's like a little bit compared to before. But I found out that snail mucus is actually one of the best products for that. SubhanAllah, who would have thought about that? And then I found out that there was a brand on TikTok shop that was selling like 10 million a year of snail. And the reviews are amazing, and it's trending in the US right now to non-Muslims. And since we usually, have wudu 5 times a day, and with all the fluoride and chemicals that are actually in our water, you don't want to know what chemical they put in our water, but that breaks up the skin. And subhanAllah, having the best hydration and keeping our skin glowing, especially after wudu, that's super, super important for Muslims. And it's a huge problem as well. So that's why we created eye skin. Now, third problem that I've seen a lot of my loved ones, close ones suffering from, and I checked the data match as well, is insomnia. So that's why I have a surprise for you during this course. We're going to be building together a brand to help Muslims get rid of insomnia.